Hi everyone and welcome to my humble garage. A lot of you may have seen me on TikTok or on YouTube as the paraplegic truck driver from this video who went totally crazy viral. But right now I'm not able to drive a truck because as you maybe can see, my eyes are a little bit cross-eyed. I got a disease who made my eyes look like this, and yeah, it hurts like a motherfucker. But that's just what I gotta live with. That's the hand I was dealt. So this is what I'm spending my time on instead, the BMW 2002 from 1971, making it an M42 B18 conversion. And yeah, it will hopefully be a great summer car along with my E30 325iX Touring, which is basically my favorite car. I've had the E30 since I was 18, and this I've had for 7 years, and I absolutely love it. And I also have a surprise for you guys on what I'm going to do with these two cars combined. Stay tuned and you will find out. But yeah, back to this car and how it got to look like it does now. It's in the color BMW Imola Red. So what happened was, when I got the disease and wasn't able to drive a truck anymore, then I decided that I have to do something because otherwise I will go crazy. So I went on Finn, the Norwegian marketplace thing, where you can buy stuff and shit you don't need. And I found this ad. So I contacted the guy who had the car for sale, and I told him I really want to buy it, but right now I'm in the hospital and I cannot drive a car. So I'll be able to pick it up in like 2 weeks or something. And then he told me that nope, someone else is coming to see it, and I will sell it to the first one who gets it. And unfortunately, that wasn't me, so I couldn't buy the car. And then 3 months went by, and I was kind of irritated that I couldn't buy the car. And I got a hang of the guy who bought it from the guy I wanted to buy it from. And I told him, I want to buy your car. And he said, nope, I'm going to fix that up. But I have another car, it looks almost the same, but it has the square taillights. And I said, nope, I really want to buy the other car because of the round taillights. And of course, it's an automatic. And being a paraplegic, I really need the automatic. So yeah, told him I need to buy that car, and I'll pay what you paid for both of them, which yeah, I don't regret actually. Luckily for me, the guy was a really nice guy, and he was a little bit old, so he understood that that was a lot of work getting this car back together. So with all the rust and everything, he was finally like, okay, maybe I don't have time for that car. Maybe I'll go to Sweden and buy a better one. And then he did. I bought this car from him, and yeah, he took the money and bought a better one from Sweden. And neither he or me knew how much rust this car had. I will show you slides of it. But yeah, it was way worse than I thought, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to fix it. Luckily, I had a lot of time on my hands, so I could at least try. And you get a lot of parts from Wolof Nesh, which is a German site who makes parts for these cars, like aftermarket parts, or make or get a hang of. I don't know if they make them or whatever, but you get the parts, and that's a little bit more fun. Not so fun paying though. When I got it here, it was in January of 2025, which is a little bit over a year ago. It was white, it was rusty as hell. It did not have turbo fender flares, it did not have most of the parts that I put on it. And yeah, it has been a lot of work getting it to look the way it looks now. And with the engine and all that, it's been a short struggle. Luckily, I've had time since I have not been able to work. So I really want to show this off to you guys, and I will try to make a video where I show you a lot of the process. And from now on, the setup I've gone with on this car is actually air suspension on front and back, but it doesn't look that low now because of the jack stand. The engine configuration I've gone with is the BMW M42 engine from the 318 IS. I have gotten some parts made for it. You know, the coil in plug conversion, so you have 4 coils straight in the plug instead of a coil pack on the tower. And of course the valve cover It's custom, and it's like I could have gone with the original color of BMW Chamonix, which is a white color, the color the turbo originally came in actually, but still, this is not going to be an original car, putting fender flares on it and air suspensions on it and the M42 engine at least. So I thought, if I'm going to make it custom, then make it custom. That's why I want the Imola red color from the BMW E46 M3, F10, M5. There's a few other combinations who has this color, but I really like this color and how it pops in the lighting and everything. It is finally outside. The BMW 2002 with the M42 engine. I've now got it outside, and I've talked to a friend of mine who will come with what we call in Norwegian testing plates or trying plates, which means you can legally drive it on the road without license plates. You have some sort of license plates that are red, and it means you're testing your vehicle. So yeah, just waiting for him to come. Before I take on the test drive, you better check your oil. I just checked the oil and it's actually a little bit low, so I'm gonna top it up a little bit before we head it out. Now Tom André came up here with his V10. Rev it up. That's when you order a Lamborghini onto Temu. You got some place for me? Ready for the first test drive with plates? Oh. Yes, we're ready to go on our test drive on the 2002. You can hear the brakes. They're a little bit chirpy, but they've been inside all winter, so I think with a little usage, they will be good.
Sträckning här.
Then we have our first little stop here because there's something hanging under the car. I think it's the cable for the lambda sensor, but I'm not sure. Tom André is out checking.
No airbags. We die like real men.
Den snur seg rundt. We got to Shell where it suddenly stopped down, broke down. I think I found the problem. It was somewhere around here. This little vacuum fucker keeps falling out, so we're gonna keep that in there with some Gorilla Tape, and we're trying to get ourselves back home. But first test drive, overall, it runs kind of great, I think. That did not go as planned. As you can see, I had to get it home on the trailer, and we got about 20 kilometers before it started fucking up. So I have a little feeling that it might be the fuel pump, and I'm gonna try to maybe just give the fuel pump some electricity straight to the pump. And if that doesn't work, I'm gonna swap out the pump, and hopefully that will fix the problem, because it ran so freaking great until it didn't, obviously. So yeah, first test drive, but still, remember, this car when I bought it hasn't had plates and hasn't been on the road since 2006. So it's basically 20 years since it last ran. So I'm kind of satisfied with 20 kilometers. But yeah, hopefully I'm going to find out what's wrong with it and we're going to try again. But yeah.